Like, what have you seen?
Man, I mean, I've heard all of the stories, but it's like when you see these men in power, in the positions of power, and even when I find myself in one, when you have so much power, it comes much responsibility. I mean, it sounds very superhero like, but it's real. So when you're in this position to change people's lives, and you hold the keys to what they consider success, you see a different aspect of the person. People will do anything to achieve their goals. And then people will manipulate and misuse that energy to get what they want. So you see a man in power, like it's a lot of, and then like even like that freaky, weird pedophile shit that be going on. Like you hear about it, but it's dark and demonic energy that this industry was built on. And people manipulate young women, they manipulate kids, and at the end of the day, it's all for the dollar and all to feed their ego. So I've seen some shit where you be like, that's just not right. Like that person shouldn't be talking to that person. That person shouldn't be in the room with that person alone. That person shouldn't, but on the other side, what I've also seen is some very innocent situations get turned into things that have nothing to do with the person or the position in power, but because it was manipulated from the other side, it made someone who was just trying to operate within the system look bad. I mean, like I said, like I've been part of lawsuits where I wasn't even in the same city, but because it was an event that I sponsored or it was a movie or TV project that I was producing, they utilized my name to get a check. And because I don't want to play with that, you know what I mean? It's horrible, but it's certain law firms that are built on, it's like crash collision law firms. There's like sexual misconduct law firms.
Lisa Bloom.
Right. If you felt like somebody did you wrong, call Lisa Bloom. Call, you know.
She'll have a press conference.
Yeah, it's gonna be,
TMZ.
she's gonna stand there. You're gonna look, and we don't know the story. And the bad part, and I have many friends, many people I've dealt with. An accusation can ruin your career. Like, because what I'm supposed to say? That bitch lying. No, you can't say that, even if she is. Because that is another form of male machismo.
Victim shaming.
Yeah, you like, or even that idea is like, how can, even if you're being lied on, because we're going to give you a reaction. And that reaction, you're going to say, I apologize that she's accusing me of this. I don't want no parts of it. So even when stuff comes, I'm like, yo, I tell all my employees, I tell everybody, like, keep all that personal fuck shit outside. And if it comes into play to where you can't, that's what I'm saying. One thing you cannot do, you cannot tell a woman, I'll give you a job if you go out on a date with me. Yeah. Even as simple as that concept may be in any form. You can't say, I need to get to know you, but we got to go get a drink before I can hire you. That, you sued automatically. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's shit like that to where you got to be careful how you approach somebody. You got to be careful on how you, I say, at this day, I'm high-fiving bitches all day long. I'm not hugging. What up, girl?
Close picture.
How you doing?
Like, I feel you.
Because in that sense, you don't know, you're vulnerable as a person in position because they can shoot shots at you all day long. And that's, to me, like, I'm a person who lives my truth, so I don't fear anything, and I don't chase women and do that type of stuff because that's just not my character. I love women, and everybody knows I believe women are gods, and that's how I have a reverence and I revere them in that sense. So I'm probably a little bit more respectful, even in an environment where respect usually isn't going down. But like, I've been on video shoots. I think Superhead was in a couple of my videos. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Corinne.
So and you read her books, like
I've interviewed her. I know.
Yeah, like there'd be times where she'd be over there getting money. You know what I'm saying? And
You're telling me Superhead would be fucking on your sets?
That's what what them trailers and them things like. I'm gonna say she wasn't doing that on my sets, but
sets that you were working on.
Sets that I had been to.
Okay, got it.
but that's the game. Like, imagine if everything that's going on in Hollywood started to shift over to the hip hop world. Think about the people that could be accused.
It just did, right? With Russell Simmons.
Right.
It just did.
The Godfather. And again,
Benny Medina. I mean, not exactly hip hop, but definitely hip hop. You know, Fresh
LA,
Prince of Bel-Air,
L.A.
Reid.
Like it's,
you know, the guy behind Outkast. Like it's already in hip hop.
And it's so weird that, especially when they accuse a black man, you know, going all the way to you know, Dr. William Cosby. It's people get you've added another layer, because now a system which these men have struggled through and risen to the top has another niche in it, has another chink in the armor, and now you really don't know how to approach it, because, you know, you got a lot of these cats start as criminals in the game. They ain't, you know, they've been about it, and we talk about it in our lyrics. We talk about, so at what point are you blurring that line of fiction and what you're actually doing? If I'm in a music video and I got 40 naked women on a bed with me, or if I'm in a strip club and I'm throwing money and I'm calling them bitches and hoes, what does that say about my character? Especially if then one of those women step up and say something, and I'm in court now.
With the video.
With me calling her all kind of bitches and hands all on her, and then she said I did something inappropriate. She good. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a blur, it's a scary blurred line. But it's a necessary blurred line, because now we have to define what our women truly mean to us.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's a scary
I think,
time.
you know, but change is always uncomfortable.
Change is always uncomfortable.
You know?
Change is always growth.
Yeah. You
so
know?
And what you notice, whether these are well-constructed press releases, but every time one of these men are getting in trouble, they come out as like, I'm growing, I'm learning, I apologize, I've done some things in my past. Like, I don't know what 21, 19-year-old Nick Cannon was doing. Like, we was doing some wild shit
right.
as kids, but that's what we always did. And like, you have to question, like, who you were 20 years ago, who you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Hopefully you're a better person than it. And how these accusations are coming out against these people, you know, a wrong is a wrong. You know, my mother always taught me, what goes on in the dark shall come to light. And that's allowed me to live my truth and be like, I don't want to do something that I got to be ashamed of, or that's going to shame my family. So, you know, I've done plenty of things in my life that I'm not proud of, but I've never done anything that I regret. I've never done anything that I can't say, yeah, I did. I did that, and I wish I didn't do that. So, and that's me at this point right now. You know what I mean? I've like I said, I have so much respect for women on a godly level that I'm and being a father now too, and you got daughters, you understand that energy in a different way. Now, again, like I said, I don't chase women, but if they chasing me, I'm there all day. You know, but that, even in that sense, like, I've heard stuff about, you know, certain politicians and certain OG entertainers that, you know, they make you do everything. I mean, it's funny. I got a line, and I remember when I wrote Gigolo back in the day. I was like, last thing I need is lawsuits. All I did is call you. Initiated first move, shorty, that was all you. Like, I was literally saying at, you know, however old I was, 20 years old, saying like, you have to initiate the first move. Like, all I'm gonna do is make a phone call. You got to show up. You got to come in. You got to say, you're here. You kiss me first. You take my clothes off. And I'm like, all right, now we can get it cracking.